So no, I would not recommend somebody like me to take somebody on a first date dancing. Cause A, I am really good and I will put them off. Hello my beautiful subscribers, Rasa the dancer is here and I love today's topic. Is it okay to ask, or it's not even is it okay, is it a good idea in general to ask somebody out and take them on a first date dancing? To, let's say, salsa, bachata, kizomba club, where there is a class that you can guys do and then, do the social dancing and all of the rest. I think it's a fascinating topic. Some of you might think it's quite straightforward. I don't believe it's that straightforward. So I'm gonna share some of my opinions and let's see in the end of the video what you actually think. So let me start with this. I am a professional dancer. I've been all my life, teacher, performer, whatever, and that's all I do. All day and all night, and whoever is a dancer or has a friend who is a professional dancer, you know that that's our life. We train, we perform, we teach, we think about another class, we train again. It consumes us. So our social situations are extremely complicated. So all of my friends, all my life, everything is based around my dancing and my work. So no, I would not recommend somebody like me to take somebody on a first date dancing. Cause A, I am really good and I will put them off. It is not nice. I would have to pretend that I'm not really good. B, you already know a lot of people. People will be coming towards you saying, hello, who is this? And it's the first date. Who wants that kind of situation on the first date? You want to, take it nice and light and not like, here are all my friends and this is the person I met for the first time or like whatever. And 3 is like, people will be asking you to dance because they know you. Or can see that you can dance, and then you have to whether say no, I'm sorry, I'm on a date, which is strange, or you have to then go and then the date has to watch you dance. So if you are a professional dancer or somebody who's been in a scene for a really long time, good dancer, not good dancer, but you've been in a scene for a really long time and you know people in most places and stuff, then don't do it. Not on the first date. Don't do it. I swear. I don't care who you talk to. Listen to my words. Don't do it. It's too much. First date, too much. You know when you went on a few dates and you potentially can see that this person is special and you want them to see that the live dance that you have, because you have to introduce them if you really want them to understand why you're out all the time. And even if they don't want to dance, they have to understand your love for dance in order to be okay with you going out dancing, right? So I understand that it's important to kind of make the person, to choose the person who would be okay with it, but not on the first date, guys. Don't do it. Alright, so now let's imagine you're not me and you actually somebody who likes to dance, but you're not involved that crazy in the dance world. You know what I mean? You maybe go once a week for a class and a social, maybe once a month, somewhere when you want to take your mind off things. Then I think actually could be a nice thing, because if you're not the person in the dancing world that everybody knows or everybody needs to dance with or whatever, then you are just taking somebody somewhere where, you've been before and you are like, this is a nice thing that we could do. I thought maybe you have dinner first, or maybe you go out dancing and then you go out few dances, maybe a class, and leave early and go for late drinks after or something like that, so it doesn't consume that's all you do all night, because the music's playing, you can't talk to one another. It's not necessarily the best way, but you're in the class. And even though you're changing partners in a class, it's kind of a good thing, because the other person sees you with the other person, and you're like, interesting, interesting. And there's some sparks there, and then afterwards you practice your little routine together. You have few dances, and dancing close sparks things up if you're on a date. And then afterwards, I would recommend leaving and going for later drinks somewhere else where you could just continue the sparks. Because if you spend the whole night there, and the person you're with on a date, maybe it's their first time, it's a bit too much to spend all night there. But to have like a beginning of the day where you meet, hey, this is what I thought we could do, blah, blah, blah. And you do the class, few dances, and then say, how about we go now and just, have a little drink somewhere else. I think that would be really good. And if I would not be me in the dancing scene, I think I would enjoy it. And of course, if you don't dance at all and you're watching this video and you're not subscribing to my channel, I think it's a great idea for a date to take somebody out to dance and, to learn a class or something. I think it's a great idea for a date. I don't think there's anything wrong with it. It's only can be good things. You are dancing together, connecting. As long as okay, so this is my experience, okay? I'm speaking from experience, not just random generics. I've been teaching for so long, so I've seen some couples that come in to the beginner's class for bachata or salsa, and they're on a date. So usually, if the guy is leading and brings the girl as a follower, and he is not good, it can be, and she is, that can be a little bit difficult. I've seen some guys lose their nerve a little bit because as a teacher you're trying to help out, but I'm very good at spotting these things. So if I see that the people are on a date, I actually always come as I'm giving like feedback. I always go like, wow, you're doing fantastic, yeah, be patient with him, he's gonna pick it up, blah 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 blah. I try to encourage and show him in the best light, because I can see they're on a date. If you're not on a date, you're gonna get the whip. But that could be like, you have to be aware that you think you're gonna take her dancing, and then you're not really good. There's nothing wrong with it, but you cannot make something wrong out of it. Does that make sense? If you become like upset or annoyed or like shy or whatever, then that's gonna work against you. But if you're gonna take one for the team and you'll be like, oh man, you're gonna have to do some practice with me and teach me, because you can see how bad I am. If you want me to dance well, you have to practice with me. Then you can make a good thing out of it, but just don't sabotage yourself. Yes. And the followers, it's different, because for the followers in the beginning it's a little bit easier, the guy's taking more responsibility. So I think it could be a good thing to go on a date. And I've seen also couples that came as a couple and then, on a date, and then maybe the date didn't work out. I don't know. But only one of them keep coming back and the other one was out of the picture. Which, the way I see it, is good too. Because whether you go on a date for a coffee and then it doesn't work out, or you go to a dance lesson and it doesn't work out, but you have a hobby that you like. Win-win. So I don't see anything bad with that. To sum up, if you are heavily involved in the dancing scene and it's your sanctuary, is part of who you are and something you do all the time, where you have a lot of friends as well, don't compromise that space by going on dates with other people. This is your safe space. This is the love that you have that is true. Keep it safe. Don't take random people that you don't know to that space, unless you feel like they could be part of your life too and you want to introduce them to that space that you love so much, that you go to all the time. It's like your second home. So then it's okay. But if you are not involved that heavily and it's just a little bit of fun for you, and maybe you're not involved at all and you just thought it would be a nice thing to do. I think it's a beautiful place to have a date because there's, you know, there's dancing, there's connection, there's music, there's some, you can get a drink maybe somewhere, you know, it's all very free and very sexy and all of the rest. And I think in that case, don't overthink it. It's a nice activity to do on a date rather than just sit and stare at each other all night. So I think it's a beautiful thing, and go ahead and do it. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, let me know in the comments, what do you think? And even more so, if you could share an experience when you were taking out on a date or you took somebody out on a date dancing and what happened. If you don't mind sharing that, I would really appreciate it, because, you know, we all have different experiences. As I say, I have never taken anybody out dancing because it would not go well. But if you have, I would love to know what kind of experience have you had. Anywho, subscribe to the channel if you haven't, and I'm gonna leave you with other videos about dating. Check them out.